The most expensive mistakes with your Social Security almost never feel like mistakes. There's no alarm, no dramatic moment. It's an ordinary week, a bank balance you glance at out of habit, and everything looks fine. It looks fine right up until the 1 month it doesn't, and by then the money is already gone. So today I want to walk you through how to make sure that morning never comes for you. Let me start with something nobody at the government is going to tell you, because it's the whole reason this matters. Social Security is not going to call you and warn you that your payment is at risk. They're not going to walk you through what a rule change means for your specific account. That's simply not how it works. The agency updates the rules, and everything after that, whether you find out, whether you act in time, whether your deposit lands or doesn't, is on you. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because I've seen too many people learn about a change the hard way. Not from a letter, from a number on a bank screen that should have been there and wasn't. Now, you've probably heard that paper checks are gone and everything's electronic now. That's true. That transition already happened, and for the vast majority of people, it went smoothly. So let me answer the fair question. If the switch is already done, why are we talking about it? Because the switch isn't the danger anymore. The danger is what's been left sitting in the system afterward. And there are two pieces of it that can cost you your check. Neither one announces itself. Let me show you both and exactly what to do about each. And if you know someone over 65 who lives on their Social Security, do them a favor and send them this now, because this is the kind of thing that helps before something goes wrong, not after. Let me take the quiet one first, the account that no longer exists. The risk here isn't the person who never switched to electronic. It's the much bigger group who switched years ago and haven't looked at their information since. Think about the retiree whose payment has landed electronically every month like clockwork, who has no idea it's still pointing at a bank account they closed a year and a half ago during a merger. The deposits kept arriving because the old account stayed open just long enough, or a new bank quietly absorbed the routing number and passed the money through. It works, and it works, and it works, until the day the old account fully closes and the deposit has nowhere to land. No warning. Just a payment that doesn't show up. I think of a man I'll call Ray, a composite, but the pattern is one I've seen again and again. Ray changed banks, updated his deposit once, and assumed the system had it from there. For months, his check arrived without a hitch. What he didn't know was that it was routing through an account that was days from closing for good. The fix costs nothing and takes about 10 minutes. And here it is. Log into the official Social Security website. Type it yourself. ssa.gov. Don't click a link from an email or set up your My Social Security account. Look at the routing number and account number actually on file, not the account you think it is, the one that's really there. Confirm both belong to an account that is open, active, and in your name today. If they match, you're in good shape. If you've changed banks or closed anything in the last couple of years without updating Social Security, you've got a gap that won't show up as an error until the day the payment fails. Fixing that today is 15 minutes that can save you a month of panic. Now, the one I really need you to hear, because this is where people lose real money, the impersonation call. Here's the setup. In 2025, Social Security tightened its rules. Stronger identity checks, new bank verification, specifically to stop fraud on direct deposit changes. That's the legitimate process, and it's a good thing. But running right alongside it is a fraud operation that has studied that exact process and now imitates it, step for step, in a way that's almost impossible to tell apart from the outside. It goes like this. Your phone rings. The caller says they're from Social Security or a federal benefits office. They tell you that because of the electronic payment system, your account has to be reconfirmed or your payment will be interrupted. They already have your name, sometimes a piece of your account number. They sound calm, professional, and just urgent enough. And then comes the ask. Confirm your full routing number, your full account number, or a code that was just texted to your phone. Here's why this is so dangerous right now. Social Security recently sped up direct deposit changes so they process in as little as 1 business day. That's convenient when it's you making the change. It's devastating when it's a criminal. A fraudulent redirect can be filed with your information and be active by the next business day. By the time you notice the deposit didn't come, the money's already gone and the window to claw it back is closed. And this is not rare. A government watchdog found that in a single month, Social Security changed the direct deposit information for more than 25,000 callers whose identities were never properly verified. 25,000 in 1 month. So write this rule down and put it where you'll see it. Social Security is not going to call you out of the blue to confirm your banking information, ask for your Social Security number, demand a code you just received, or threaten you with a suspended payment if you don't act in the next day or two. Real business is handled through the mail and through your My Social Security account, and they will never pressure you. If a caller does any of those things, they are not the government. They are exactly the reason the government sends letters instead. Hang up, and if you're worried, call Social Security yourself using the number on ssa.gov. Every version of this scam follows the same 4 beats, without exception. 1. They pretend to be someone official. 2. They present a problem, a flagged payment, a suspended account, an urgent review. 3. They apply pressure, usually a 24 to 48-hour deadline. 4. They ask for your information or a code. Official, problem, pressure, ask. If you feel those 4 steps happening in a phone call, you already have your answer. End the call. And here's the single best shield you can put up, so do this one this week. If you haven't set up your My Social Security account at ssa.gov, create it. Once it exists, it does 2 things for you. It blocks anyone from creating a fraudulent account in your name, because that spot is already taken. And it means changes to your record run through you. 15 minutes now closes a door that a scammer is counting on finding open. Now, I told you the electronic switch itself isn't the enemy, and I want to prove it by helping the people it worries most, those who never had a bank account. If that's you or someone you love, you do not need a bank to get your money. Treasury offers the Direct Express card. Your benefit loads onto it every month, and you use it like any debit card, at the store or the cash machine, no bank branch required. There's also a Go Direct program to help you set up electronic payments. And for people who genuinely can't manage electronic payment at all, a hardship waiver exists through Treasury. I'll put those phone numbers and websites on the screen so you can pause and write them down. The point is simple. There is a safe path for everyone, and the only real danger is freezing and doing nothing. So let me hand you a protection protocol. 5 steps, in the order I do them. Step 1. Confirm your enrollment. Log into ssa.gov yourself and verify the routing and account numbers on file. Match a bank account that's open and in your name right now. Don't use a link anyone sent you. Type the address. Step 2. Know your exact payment date. Your Social Security date isn't random. It's set by your birthday. If you were born in the first 10 days of the month, you're paid the 2nd Wednesday. Days 11 through 20, the 3rd Wednesday. The 21st through the end of the month, the 4th Wednesday. If you've collected since before May of 1997, you're paid on the 3rd. And if that day lands on a weekend or holiday, it comes the business day before. Know your day, write it on the calendar, and tell someone in your household what to expect. A scammer's favorite moment is when you're anxious that a payment is late, so take that moment away from them. Step 3. Adopt a 3-day rule. If your payment hasn't arrived on your expected date, wait 3 full business days before doing anything. Most delays in the electronic system sort themselves out inside that window. Acting inside it, making frantic calls, or accepting help from someone who calls you is exactly when fraud finds people. Step 4. If 3 days pass and it's still not there, call your bank first and ask whether a deposit came in and got held. If they confirm nothing arrived, then contact Social Security directly, using a number you find yourself on ssa.gov. Never a number a caller gave you. Never one from a random search result. Step 5. If you have a family member or friend who helps with your money, make a simple pact. If either of you gets a call from anyone claiming to be a federal agency about your payment, you talk to each other before you respond to anything. That one habit strips away most of a scammer's advantage before they can use it. None of this asks you to become a technology expert or to live in fear of your phone. It asks for the same instinct you'd use if a stranger knocked on your door and asked for your house keys. You wouldn't hand them over just because the person sounded official and confident. Your routing number deserves that exact same caution. Here's the bottom line. The electronic era of Social Security is here to stay. And for almost everyone, it's safer than a paper check sitting in a mailbox ever was. The people who get hurt aren't the ones who chose wrong. They're the ones who never looked, who assumed that because last month's deposit arrived, everything was fine, and never checked what was actually on file. So don't be your own blind spot. Confirm your enrollment this week. Learn your real payment date. Set up your My Social Security account. And if a call ever comes asking for your banking information to protect your payment, you already know exactly what that call is. If this was useful, send it to one person over 65 who checks their bank account every month and has never once thought about what's on file. Because the person most at risk right now isn't the one who's worried. It's the one who hasn't had a reason to look yet. Subscribe so the next one of these finds you. And if you want, drop the word guard in the comments so I know this one landed. One last note before you go. I'm Tom Miller, and I make these to teach, not to give you personalized legal or financial advice. Rules, processing times, and programs vary by your bank, your benefit type, and your situation, and they change over time. Nothing here creates a professional relationship, and Ray is an illustrative composite, not a real person. Always confirm your own details directly with the Social Security Administration at ssa.gov or with your bank before you act. I'll see you in the next one.